You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That Too.
What up, family? Welcome to Ring Kings Boxing. For the true fight fan, what's going on, fight fans? How y'all doing out there? I'm Big Q chiming on this edition of Ring Kings Boxing. Going on in this Teofimo Lopez squads to critics, among other boxing news on this episode of Ring Kings Boxing. So I'd like to welcome all y'all into Ring Kings Boxing, and we'll be recapping that Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko matchup. Also, we'll have interviews we'll spin from Teofimo, Devin Haney. We'll also talk about other really interesting boxing news as Jamal Charlo versus Dimitri Andrade. Hearns talks about that. We'll cover that article. Errol Spence saying he wants Pacquiao after Garcia. And then we'll talk a little Deontay Wilder news, man. Where the hell is the former champion, Deontay Wilder? We'll talk about that. As Hearn mentioned of it, saying that he's vanished from Earth. And you look at his social media, his vacation, spending time with family. And Tyson Fury and them are basically moving on, looking for another fight. What's going on there? We'll cover all that on this episode of Ring Kings. Before we get going, let's start bringing my co-host on Ring Kings Boxing, Eddie Too Mean Johnson. What's going on, Too Mean?
What's happening?
Not much, my friend. We talking some good boxing today, man. And this Teofimo, man. You watched the fight. You seen Teofimo do his thing, man. He was able to take down Lomachenko, you know, and basically people saying that Teofimo shocked the world by defeating Lomachenko and taking all of his belts, and that's what a lot of people are showing it as. Because I myself picked Lomachenko, but Lopez, man, I got to give the man credit. I was wrong. Lopez came with the hunger and the ferocity. He never lit up. He had a really good, solid game plan. He made a great point to punish Lomachenko's body, to slow his speed down. It was a wonderful stratagem. He executed it often well, and he really took a lot out of Loma in this fight. And not only just beating them down the line, but if you look at it, he snatched the WBA, the WBC franchise, and the WBO lightweight titles, and add the hardware to his own IBF crown. And listen, Vegas had it at 116, 112, 119 to 109, and 117 to 111, all for favor of Lopez, who became the youngest four-belt champion in boxing history. So, I mean, Lopez, he includes he climbed up to 16-0 with 12 knockouts and completed the takeover. And he did in soundly outboxed Lomachenko, who dropped down, and it was an excellent fight, and much credit needs to be given to Teofimo Lopez. So before we give Too Mean, hear what he had to say. Let's hear what Lopez had to say after the fight.
Thank you. Were you happier the fact that you were able to outbox Vasily, where everybody talked about what a great boxer he was, as opposed to, landing something big in the first or second round and knocking him out? Do you feel you proved more of a point by going 12 rounds and outboxing him most of the way?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you guys for coming out here and for everyone tuning in right now. I'm thankful. What I noticed from Loma, I was trying to press. I was trying to make the fight. And I noticed in the beginning of the rounds, he was just trying to warm up and try to adapt. And what I noticed afterwards, I picked up was that he was just trying to wait to the later rounds to come and press at me. So my father, who is my coach, and he does a tremendous amount of work on me, and Joey Gamache alongside, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm staying composed because I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to take me to deep waters. So I had to keep that extra win for the later rounds.
Now that the takeover is complete, what is phase 2? Because the takeover is done. You have taken over. What is the next step in this?
We're going to Disney World. Honestly, man, I'm just very, we see where everything takes us from this point on. You know what I mean? I earned my damn respect. That's what I think that I did, at 23 years young. I think now people could definitely, who is this? This is Teofimo, the takeover.
Congratulations on the big win.
Yep.
There were a lot of clashes of heads, and it looked like at times that maybe he was leading with his head. You had a big cut over your left eye from it.
I know. Man.
What were you feeling in there? Did you feel like he was doing it on purpose, or?
Yeah, a lot of it is that we were talking to Russell, right? The referee, and we told him that just to watch over for the headbutts that Loma likes to tend to. When he goes inside, he'll lift his forehead. He'll lift his big ass forehead. But shit happens. This is part of the sport. You're gonna get into war sometimes. So my father told me in the last round to box him, and I knew that wasn't a smart idea because I knew he was gonna come. And the moment I stood my ground and I started pressing him back, he gave up. That was really what it is. He literally gave up, and I saw it in his eyes. But then the cut happened. Thankfully, it happened in the last round, 20 seconds or 30 seconds left in it. That way we were just able to finish off.
Teofimo Lopez, man, breaking it down, man. Literally saying that Lomachenko gave up in the fight, just gave up. Now, to me, you watch this fight. What's your perception on it, my man, your professional perception on Teofimo taking down Lomachenko in this matchup?
Oh, man, he he definitely got my respect because I thought Lomachenko was going to get him in the later rounds. He surprised me. I thought that that he had a chance of getting him out early. But like I said, he proved a lot to me. But yeah, he he just he fought a smart fight, man. He was tagging his body like we talked about earlier. Kept him at he was hitting it with that pop. Let him know, like, if you get you want to come in closer, you're gonna get hit with this. And he felt that power, so he kind of stayed off. Like, let me let him weaken up a little bit. But shit, he was in shape to deal with him in the later rounds too. He was like, okay. He definitely earned my respect, man. Yeah.
That's what he said too in the interview, as the family heard, is that he definitely he got respect at 23 years young in a game. He was able to beat Lomachenko, and then if you played the post game a little further, you can hear him saying that a lot of the guys that he played or he boxed gave him a little too much respect. But that wasn't the case with Lopez. It was personal. It was bad blood. He didn't like Lomachenko, and he took the fight to Lomachenko all night long. And that's the thing. Like in the pre-fight, if you remember, at the pre-fight press conference before the matchup, the last one that we covered on Ring Kings, Lomachenko said that nobody never talked trash to him the way Teofimo did. Nobody. So they gave him his respect. Teofimo didn't give him much respect. And matter of fact, he took it from him, and big ups to him. Now, this is what Teofimo had to say after the fight was already done, later on. And he was asked about Lomachenko and other things. This is what he had to say, and particularly about a rematch.
You go celebrate. What did you do, Teofimo?
Oh man, just grabbed a few group of close people that I have around, and not a big crowd or anything. We just ended up playing golf a little bit, at Top Golf. We shot around and just being around, certain people, just joking around, eating some food, and then that was pretty much it. Go back to the hotel room, and then just take all that in, what I just did.
Lomachenko, after the fight, he said he had to go back and watch the whole thing again, but he definitely made it pretty clear that he thought he won the fight. I don't think many other people feel like that. What do you think about that, Teofimo?
The thing is that, what's the funny part is the fact, look at the man before they even announced the decision. They knew that he lost. They knew that he lost. And I knew that he knew he lost. And the fact that he tried, he has to pull that off, though, that's just his demeanor or his ego. We went up to him. I went up to him and I said, hey, good fight. I grabbed his father. I said, safe travels. Pretty much saying goodbye to them because I knew I won. So I was just going over there. But, he didn't want to give me back that same gesture. Instead he started laughing. Like, what am I doing here? So I was like, all right, whatever. I did my part. I did my part. The fighting's done. I whooped your ass. You cut me, headbutted me and shit, but it's fine. And, so whatever he did, he left the press conference. He didn't even show up to anything. So, that just shows what kind of champion he really is.
I think I know the answer to this question, but do you have any thought, inclination to give him a rematch?
For what? Fuck him. I won fair and square. The thing was, I beat him, and it's the point where everybody wants me to just do it again. For what?
Right, you beat him pretty convincingly. I thought at least, obviously the first half of the fight was all yours, and then the way you came back in the 12th round, I'm kind of with you. What more do you have to prove to him, right?
Listen, I beat him not only at his own game, you know what I mean? But on top of that, being off for 10 months and fighting the guy that everybody said was the pound for pound, I think everybody's just upset, if the ones that do want this rematch, hey, I'm the king now. You know what I mean? I've always been the king. I was just the underground king. Now I've been crowned.
I was talking to Oscar.
That's Teofimo. As you heard what he was saying, pretty confident, never for a loss of words. When referring to a rematch with Lomachenko, why? I've beaten him, F him. That's the thought process on what Teofimo says, and he kept it going to me. He kept it going. He said that moving ahead and spanning ahead, he's looking at, he says he would destroy Devin Haney's career. He made that statement as well. So he's been doing a lot of talking, and that's nothing new. This kid's always talked like me and you talked about before. But Devin Haney's a guy that's very interesting. Floyd Money Mayweather was mentioned and saying that he's not truly undisputed until he fights Devin Haney. So two comments here, two questions for you, my friend. What do you think about what Teofimo said about the rematch with Lomachenko and what Mayweather said about an upcoming fight with Devin Haney?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, he climbed to the top of the mountain, and you know what I'm saying, one of them had to go. He made him go. So they said, you know what I'm saying, what's next? And I agree with Mayweather. You know what I'm saying, he ain't the king. He ain't undisputed until he fight Devin Haney, who got the WBC belt. And I don't think he gonna it ain't gonna be an easy fight for him. He better be ready for that one, because Devin Haney is definitely the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? He got it all. He's the future of boxing. He's the present and future of boxing. And Lopez is too. So that's gonna be a super fight, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one whenever it happens, man, to be honest with you. When it goes down. And speaking of Devin Haney, let's listen what Devin Haney had to say. He responded to Lopez's comparison and what he said about him. Here we go.
He believes Teo's future dream fight, mega fight, is with the dream himself, Devin Haney. What is your thoughts on his comments?
I think that's the biggest fight in boxing today. I think, honestly, that me and Teofimo, us being so young, and it's building up, and people are anticipating it now. And I think that for all the belts, we need to make it happen.
Okay, contrary to what Senior said, now his son Teo said, "You're not the next Floyd Mayweather." That's bullshit. He's going to destroy your career. To that, what do you have to say?
Man, I'm not here to argue with him, but I'm the next Floyd.
Exactly.
I could care less, if that's what he feels. So be it. At the end of the day, I'm me. I'm doing it my way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be the next nobody. I let the people say that. You never hear me saying I'm the next Floyd.
Right.
The people saying that. So if he doesn't feel that way, so be it. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It don't rub me the wrong way at all.
All right, now, what was your take on ESPN having like false advertisement of Tio versus Loma as undisputed? I mean, all night long.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't understand that. That shit was crazy. I couldn't believe that they was able to even do that, false advertise like that. But it's a money thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about making money and building fights up and doing it that way. So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
That's Devin Haney chiming in with his thoughts on what was said by Teofimo. To me, what's your thought process on what Devin Haney said, man? He's a pretty level-headed kid, and he's just being cool, man, until his opportunity comes. He has a belt as well. And Mayweather does have a point that even though he's taking Lomachenko's, who some say was the pound for pound, that's credit. Give him all the credit in the world for that. But if he wants true unification, he has to take Devin Haney's belt as well.
Oh, yeah. Devin Haney sound like he ready to get it on, man. He's like, look, what I'm saying? This opportunity is, what he's been fighting for his whole life. So he's definitely ready. You know what I'm saying? And, I think, he definitely ready. He sound like he's ready to get it on. But I'm quite sure, like, the handlers, all the managers and promoters and stuff, they're going to try to build that fight up to be a big fight, which is going to be a very good fight. But I'm like, shit, they going to try to make top dollar for that fight, though. So you might not see it, like, right away. Yeah, so, I think it's going to be one of the super fights they're going to build up for a while.
Yeah, that's a big one, man, because Haney has a belt. I don't know if they get it on right away. It seems like Teofimo Lopez is saying in another article, he was quoted as saying that those guys, Devin Haney and others, have to prove that they're worthy of to fight him. So, I mean, we got a bit of we got a little coronation here going on. Haney's already a champion. So, and if anybody in there that deserves a shot at unification is Devin Haney. So we'll see if Teofimo comes off this bullshit. He's in the cloud right now. He deserves it. He fought his way up there, but he's up in rarefied air, man. And Devin Haney is a champion as well. So if he wants that true, the owner to own everything, you got to take it from Haney. And that is where a lot of a lot of smoke gonna happen. And of course, we talked about the handlers. You just mentioned the handlers. They did a terrific job of keeping Lomachenko away from some of the dangerous fighters in that class. So hopefully Teofimo doesn't play those same games, that he actually fights the top guys. He seems like that's his makeup, is that he's a guy that'll fight anybody to prove how good he is. And let me tell you something, beating Lomachenko was a really good feat. And Devin Haney, that would be really a big feat, in my opinion, man. If you can, if he fights Devin Haney and defeats him and gets true unification. But Haney is a handful, man. I'm just going to keep it real with you. All right, let's move on to the next topic of discussion. We got Hearns talking about Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. As those guys are set to fight a potential fight between Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, and that's what we're looking at now. From the words of Eddie Hearn, who's frustrated with his lack of success to make a unification fight between the middleweights and Demetrius Andrade and WBC champ Jamal Charlo. Now, Andrade has the WBO middleweight belt, and Jamal has the WBC belt. So Hearn said he attempted to reach out to PBC to put Charlo and Andrade fight together. He received no reply. He doesn't blame them for not wanting to make the fight because he believes Andrade, who's 29-0 with 18 knockouts, would beat Charlo, who's 31-0 with 22 knockouts. So they're saying Jamal's not ready for the fight. Now, listen, the Charlo boys, just like I know the Charlo boys. Those guys not ready for a fight, and the Charlo boys don't even go in the same universe. Those guys are always ready for a fight, and they've been seeking unification and for an opportunity to dominate that class. But with the problems Charlo recently had in beating Derenchenko, which I don't think it was a problem. last month. They're saying that he's not ready for Andrade. This is coming from Hearns. Andrade will be experimenting next month when he moves up to 168 to take on unbeaten Dustin Hernandez Harrison, who's 34-0 with decision, 20 knockouts, November 22nd on DAZN. The fight will be taking place at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel in Florida. Now, Andrade may move up to super middleweight in 2021 to go after the WBCO champion Billy Joe Saunders or Callum Smith. But according to Hearn, I've lost count on the number of fights we've offered to people that we can't do. He said, Hearn said to Mannix on DAZN about his problems trying to get fights for Demetrius Andrade. So, I mean, this is the thing that this is coming from Hearns, and what he's saying, he reached out to El Heyman in the PBC camp, didn't get a reply on a potential fight between Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo. Let me tell you something. Charlo is ready. I don't know what Hearn talking about, but Charlo is ready, was born ready. Him and his brother, those guys don't back away from no fights. They want greatness. So what do you think about this story, Tumin? And Sneak, tell me about what you think about Hearn's comments about Charlo and the Andrade, and then give me a peek at what kind of fight this would be.
Yeah, I think, it's always three sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn's side, Al Heyman's side, then you get the truth. You know what I'm saying? So right now, Eddie Hearns is just talking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Charlo brothers, they always ready. You know what I'm saying? They always ready to fight. They don't dodge nobody. But, that fight with Demetrius Andres, I think that would be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It'll be, I think he'll box. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And Charlo brother would, you know what I'm saying, Jamal Charlo would just he would hunt him down, you know what I'm saying, and take him in deep and get him in the late rounds and knock him out. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, Andre, he's a real good boxer, man. He's a real good boxer. He keeps his opponents on the outside of his range, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get in there and try to really do damage to him. But you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, timing and you know what I'm saying, that head work and that jab, you know what I'm saying, which Charlo got all that. To get in there and break him down to the body and get him in the later rounds. I think how that fight will go.
Yeah, it'd be a fun fight to watch. I don't know why anybody would not want to make this fight work. Andrade's fighting this guy is unproven. And Charlo is the guy, if you want the unification, and then he's talking about moving up to go after Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders in the super middleweights. I mean, this is a good fight. How could you skip out moving, going up and looking past Charlo? Charlo, this is a good fight for Andrade. I mean, this is a really good fight if they can make it. But that's, once again, this is boxing, where you have these different organizations, and Andrade's on DAZN and Charlo's with PBC. And this is usually how it goes and how they talk at each other. So hopefully this gets done, man. Hopefully it won't be a dumbass situation like with Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney was. That would a complete utter waste of time that whole debacle was. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. We have two more topics of discussion before we end the show. Errol Spence says he wants Pacquiao next, but he's earned the right to pick McGregor. Listen, we talked about this. We covered this ad nauseum about Errol Spence. His game plan was that he wants to fight. He was going to fight Danny Garcia. And then his next fight was Manny Pacquiao. And then the third fight was Terrence Crawford for unification of the welters. So that's what the WBC IBF welterweight champion Errol Spence is saying. He wants Pacquiao next because Pacquiao he's sitting on that WBA belt. Manny has the WBA belt. And of course, Freddie Roach, who's Pacquiao trainer, said that Pacquiao has two fights in him. Perhaps it's one with McGregor and the other one with Errol Spence. Only time will tell. But Spence says that he wants to face Pacquiao potentially in 2021. He says, after the fight, of course, I would like to fight Manny Pacquiao. He's on his way out, so I'd love to have that fight. He's a living legend. I never fought someone of his caliber. He's big, not just a boxing star. He's an icon, a megastar. that would be different. It would send me somewhere else popularity-wise, Spence told the Sun. He's looking at his image. Pacquiao, who's been in the sport for 20-something years, he's an icon even outside the sport. Everybody knows the Pac-Man. And he said that would be a great fight. At 41 years of age and capturing 8 division titles, Pacquiao is likely to pursue the safest fight with the biggest payday, hence the McGregor situation, which he's lining up on. He signed a deal with Paradigm Sports and to get him ready for that massive fight as he takes on McGregor. But after that, what do you do? Do you then fight Spence for the final time for unification? Wouldn't it be a great end of Pacquiao's story to retire after unifying once again? So Manny Pacquiao, we'll see, is interesting, but Spence says he wants Pacquiao. We knew that already, but we'll see if this takes place. Freddie Roach said he has 2 fights in him. Maybe this is one of them. Too mean, what you think?
I don't think. I don't know. I don't think that fight's gonna happen. Remember that interview when Errol Spence was doing the interview after the fight with who was that? He took the belt from. He took it from.
He took it from Porter and Brooke, Kell Brook, and he took Sean Porter's belt.
It was one interview when Pacquiao jumped in the ring during the interview.
I think that was after the. What was it? I think it was. What fight was that? I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, I remember. I'm looking at that picture of Pacquiao in the ring with Errol Spence. Yeah, and
then he just slowly but dipped out the picture right quick, as if they was like, "You want some of this, old man?" He's like, "No." Yo, I don't want that. Y'all try to get me killed. I'm like, I'm a legend and shit, but man, this is a young ass fucking hungry lion, man. A strong, accurate punching dude, man. Like, hell no. He'll fucking probably hurt Pacquiao in there, man. I mean, well, Thurman wasn't able to do nothing with him, but I was like, yo, Errol Spence is something totally different, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Pacquiao, I don't think Pacquiao want that smoke, man. It would be a good fight for Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, to gain that popularity because he's fighting such a legend, for a world-known person like Pacquiao, man. That would, you know what I'm saying, that would do wonders for his career. You know what I'm saying? He was to fight Pacquiao and beat him, but I think, you know what I'm saying, Pacquiao, he up there in age. I don't think he want to take the chance of really getting seriously hurt. I mean, if he got any sense. So that's why I think I don't think he wants one of that young man.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, man, to see exactly, how that shakes up. But, I would love to see that, man. I tell you no lie. I would love to see him and him do the unification thing. I won't lie to you, man. I would love to see that. I mean, but we'll see how it shakes at the end of the day, man. But that's something that we got to definitely look at, man. We got to definitely look at. So hopefully that might be the thing. But let's take it. This is what I think you think about too, man.
Oh, you want something too, old man? Huh? No. Get off your ass and get in this car, boy. I don't know where you come. Get in this car, boy. I don't know. Oh, you want something too, old man? Huh? No. Oh, you want something too, old man? Huh? No. Get off.
That's what you said. That's what Pacquiao to Errol Spence. No.
You gotta even put that on the different on different clips of movies and shit. It'd be Pacquiao's head on that old man. No.
That's Ronaldo Red, man.
Oh, you want something too, old man? Huh? No.
All right, let's go to our final. Let's go to the final story. All right, now listen, Eddie Hearns. We got another. Eddie seemed to be the topic discussion. He's talking about a lot of stuff. He mentioned Deontay Wilder. He says Deontay Wilder has vanished from Earth. Maybe he wants to retire. Now, of course, his thoughts on it about the heavyweights last year. Andy Joshua shockingly lost to Ruiz in the stoppage in June, but Hearn completely reinforced the rematch clause for Joshua to regain his titles again in a rematch, which is a one-sided unanimous decision win over Ruiz to get the titles back. On the other side of the heavyweight pitching was Fury against Wilder in a rematch in February. A third fight between Fury and Wilder had been delayed due to the virus several times ever since. Now Fury and promoter Bob Arum are proclaiming that their contracts for the trilogy has expired and that they're moving on from Wilder altogether. Hinting that Fury will take a stay busy fight December the 5th in the UK. Now, possible people for that matchup is not Derek Chisorio, but several other interesting fight candidates, and we'll just have to see, because Tyson Fury, he's looking to kind of move ahead just to get a fight, and they basically want to set up that unification bout that they will look at. And some of the people that they were looking at to bring into the fold was guys like hold on for a second. Let me see if I can remember. Yeah, Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam is a guy. And Takam is like what, 5'11", 5'10", or something like that. And Tyson Fury is what, damn near 7 feet tall. That would I don't know about that, but that's what they're looking at. But Tyson Fury has a history of facing bullshit, like fights or whatnot. When he's not fighting guys, he'll pick guys outside of the top 15s, guys barely inside the top 25. He got a history of doing that. The guy really does do a magnificent way of staying away from dangerous fighters. But Deontay Wilder is the focus here. As Hearn is very much interested in, he's a big player in the picture. Joshua will fight Arum, who promoted fighter Kilbrad Puloff on December the 12th. Should Joshua and Fury both come away victorious, all parts will become clear for the previous agreed upon between Fury and Joshua's encounter in 2021, the unified undisputed heavyweight crown. Fury moving on from Wilder is a positive development for Hearn's business. The promoter is still perplexed and bewildered from recent proceedings. He says Deontay Wilder has just vanished from the earth, just doesn't fancy fighting anymore, or his advisors have done the worst contract in boxing history. He says it just expired. We're in a pandemic. You're telling me that you've done a contract that doesn't protect yourself against force majeure, and you no longer have a rematch clause because it just expired? I don't believe Shelly Finkel would have done that, but Arum and those guys are goading them, saying goodbye, it's expired. And Shelly's coming out going, I hope we can do the fight. Why aren't you coming out to protect your rights? You signed a rematch. Here's the contract. We're having it. We still take it. So what on earth is happening to Wilder? Are you telling me you don't want to avenge your defeat? Are you telling me that you don't want to be king again? You don't want to be the champ? You're going to go out like that? You may not fight again if your heart's not in it and you've made the money he's made in the last couple of fights. I wouldn't. This is a tough sport. Maybe he doesn't want to be a fighter. Maybe he's lost the love for the sport, and that can happen. I just can't make it out. Hearn said Wilder's loss was similar to Joshua's because both were defeated in humiliating fashion. When Anthony Joshua lost to Ruiz, there wasn't one day that would pass without him thinking about avenging that defeat. That's what Hearn said. And he says when Dylan White got knocked out against Povetkin, as soon as he got out of the ring, he said, I want that rematch. They want to come back. They don't want rest until they get revenge, or at least an attempt for revenge. I just don't understand. What's with the silence. Hearn said if Wilder had beaten Fury in February, he wasn't confident that a fight could be made between Wilder and Joshua. How can you let a contract expire evaporate? Do you know how much pressure I was under when AJ lost to force the contract or Ruiz? I didn't sleep for weeks because they tried to get out of the rematch, and I would not accept it. I fought tooth and nail. Joshua wanted that fight more than anything, Hearn said. If I turned around and said the only way you can get that fight is if you fight for nothing, Joshua would have done it. I know people that said there's no gate for Fury or Wilder 3. All right, so there's no gate. Do you want the rematch? Do you want to win your belt back? Or do you want to let it expire and never fight again? Wilder can't be taken seriously again. If he comes back as a 10-rounder, none of this makes sense. I'm worried about our business, but I'm fascinated to see how this plays out. That's his thought process on the Deontay Wilder situation. To me, what's going on? Of course, I've seen some social media from Deontay Wilder chilling with his family. He fired Mark Breland, his trainer, for He fired him recently. What the hell is going on with Deontay Wilder, man? What's your perception on this to me?
I think, I think everybody's trying to forget about the cheating that fucking Tyson Fury did, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't happening shit. Like, they try to brush it up under the rug. Like, man, that shit needs to be addressed first. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He got caught taking fucking steroids, fucking tampered gloves. You know what I'm saying? Nothing be done about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they keep saying he beat Deontay Wilder, but I was like, but did he beat him correctly? You know what I'm saying? He got caught cheating. I mean, it's obvious that he was cheating and shit. But they like I said, they try to ignore that shit, man. I was like, nah, you can't ignore that. That shit got to be addressed, man. You know what I'm saying? If Deontay Wilder would have did that shit, it would have been all. You know what I'm saying? He would have never heard the last of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be addressed first, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury need to get dealt with as far as that cheating and shit, man. Just like anybody else would have. You know what I'm saying? Talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? If he was black, he would have definitely got his ass investigated and probably banned and shit from boxing for a long ass time or forever and shit. You know what I'm saying? Had he been a black dude, man. So that shit got to be addressed first, man. Like, fuck all that. He beat Deontay Wilder and all. Like, you cheated, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. A lot of people saying that he's better skilled than Deontay Wilder. Like I say, if that's the case, why the fuck cheat then? Why cheat if you so much better than him? That says a lot about Tyson Fury, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the Egyptian king like he say he is, man. You know what I'm saying? He can say it out of his mouth, but his actions are saying something totally different. All that fucking cheating and shit. Beat him fair and square, man.
Well, that's great points to me, man. And but you know, with that being said, why Deontay Wilder didn't speak his mind? Because he's the piece that's missing that can prove what the brother was saying. Because the brother, his brother made mention of this months ago. So why is Deontay Wilder so eerily silent on the whole thing? You know, if this was an occurrence, he was the one that had firsthand knowledge of it. He the one that felt the gloves. He could tell you whether or not they had padding in them or not. Why is he not talking about this? That's what's not adding credence to it, because we've known that Tyson Fury has been caught in several scandals, including the farmer scandal where they told the farmer they were going to pay him, but then, you know, it screwed the farmer for his money. He came out. They didn't do anything about that. The two glove gates that occurred in both matchups, but it doesn't help the case if the guy that's involved is not speaking out at either occurrence. And that's, I think, what's hurting the case here. If Deontay Wilder was getting, you know, took punches, and of course we seen pictures of the side of his head dented after the fight, you know, he could be suffering suffering some brain issues or some mental issues right now. So, but why is the silence though? Why not come out and talk about it and put that out and let people know what's going on? That's the weird thing about this whole process. You know, what's going on with that end?
Yeah, like I say, they running that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they tell him what to do, he gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? He's not running his own show, man. He's getting told what to do. You know what I'm saying? He should have, like I say, if he was running his own show, he wasn't fearful what might happen to him or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why he ain't saying nothing, because that shit supposed to have been said something by him a long time ago. Matter of fact, after the damn fight was over with, he should have started addressing that shit right there and then. You know what I'm saying? You know the damn difference between when you get hit with a glove with padding in it and something don't feel right when that shit ain't no padding in it. You get hit with fucking bare knuckles. I'm like, come on, man. Damn near bare knuckle. You know the fucking difference. You need to say something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's their world, man. He's just a squirrel getting a little nut, man. But that, like I say, that shit got to be addressed, man. Don't be afraid and come out and say some shit, man.
That's the only thing I'm saying about the whole story is the fact that he brings legitimacy to it. We know what we're looking at. We know we look when we see those gloves. But Deontay Wilder's the one that felt them in the ring. He could come out and validate a lot of this. So until then, Deontay Wilder is looking mysterious as a mug. I ain't gonna lie, man. He looking real mysterious right now. Let's go to our field correspondent, Debo, man on the street, and see what he got to say.
Oh, you want something to do, man? Huh? No.
Okay, that'll shut down the show. We'll end it on Debo. I'd like to thank all of the family members for joining us today on Ring Kings Boxing. Much love to y'all and true fight fans out there. Once again, if you enjoy Ring Kings, please feel free to share the links in your social media. Also, feel free to subscribe to Ring Kings Boxing for the true fight fans. If you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Also, check the links in the description section as well, and it helps out the show and the platform as well. So I'd like to thank my dog, Eddie Too Mean Johnson, for joining us as well. He's the contributor on every Ring King boxing episode. You can feel free to leave messages on questions, concerns, or comments about your favorite fighters, and we'll make sure we get to them. So from me and Too Mean, thank y'all for joining us today. Peace.
Peace.
You're now listening to the Ring Kings Boxing on the PRO Media Network.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Energy Muse is a leading conscious lifestyle brand offering empowering tools in the form of crystals and crystal jewelry to assist you on your spiritual journey. Their main and sole mission is to empower people and help them tap into their own personal magnificence. Each sacred piece is handmade with love and cleansed, energized, and programmed with intention to create a desired outcome. Healing crystals can help you realign and recalibrate your energy through their powerful vibrations. Healing crystals act as a tool to raise your vibration and create lasting change across all areas of your life. They hold a transformational energy that empowers you on your journey no matter what your goal is. Are you ready to find love, a new career? Do you want to have a fulfilling, meaningful, purposeful life? When you are ready to release what does not serve you or enhance a particular area of your life, call upon the high frequencies of healing crystals to help you live the life of your dream. At Energy Muse, they have a massive supply of crystals, jewelries, energy tools, bath and body products to help you become the best you that you can possibly be. So if you're interested in healing crystals and jewelry, check out Energy Muse. The link is in the description section below. Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study. Applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables also prolong shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below. Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with With over 10 million domains under management, Namecheap is among the top domain registrars and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link.
Are you a small to large business looking to reach thousands of people on a daily to monthly basis? Now you can advertise on the PRO Media Network, where popular shows like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, Pelican Post Game Report, Tough Tiger Talk, and other great content from the PRO Media Network. Sponsorship is now available. Now you can buy ad space. So if you're a business that's looking to promote a product or service to thousands of people, we now offer advertising to businesses looking to reach thousands of people on a daily to weekly basis. Contact us at our email at the PRO Media Network at gmail.com, or simply click the link in the description section below for more information on how to advertise on our platform. Thank you, and we'll be looking forward to working with you.